Okay, what am I doing here? I'm trying to show that the Move can be a great expansion for the circuit tracks, and it's a fantastic device by itself. I'm slowly getting the hang of how to sequence and do tracks on this, but in the meantime, I'm actually just having a play with just using it as a 4-part multi-timbral expander for the tracks. And if you think, in some ways it's a great match in that you've got the drum tracks on the circuit tracks, and you've got 4 channels of sequencing, 2 internal synths, 2 external, but these can output on any MIDI channels you want. And with the latest firmware on the Move, you can now set MIDI channels for each of the tracks on this. So it basically becomes 4 separate synths. So it's probably easier if I try and demonstrate. So there's just a drum and snare pattern on the tracks. And maybe, if I can, maybe show you how I've got it wired up. So audio out is going to the audio in of the tracks. I've got the USB-A MIDI, and that's basically going to the USB-C and acting as a direct MIDI in. This is just power, and I'm recording the audio from the tracks. So what then happens is that the audio comes onto the 2 channels basically that would be used for 2 external synths, and because it's stereo I can pan them left and right, and basically then go back into the mixer mode, and we've basically then got a setup where the tracks can do the drums, and we've got 4 synth parts here that will also mix with the 2 internal synths. But how about I put some quick music that I did, and yeah, so right, so Move is turned all the way down, so all you're hearing at the moment is just tracks. I went into the setup menu of the Move, and I've selected that has MIDI clock in, and for each of these tracks there's a separate synth engine or sampler engine, and I've just put MIDI channels 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this can basically double up what's going on in here. So anyway, look, how about I stick something on in. So, track space. So what we're hearing now is the synth bass from the tracks doubled up with an organ bass sound on the Move. And I can fade out on the mixer the tracks patch. Okay, let's add another layer. So again, a synth part on the tracks. I can fade that out, and I'll unmute track 2 then on the Move. And if we wish, we can have a mix of the 2. So now we've got 2 MIDI channels. I'll program something just on, let's go for the 4th one to start with, and so if I unmute that. So I've just put a vibraphone sample player. I think I'll stick with what we had to start with. For fun, let's put some delay on that. Okay, let's bring in, so I can do part number 4. So this is MIDI channel 3, linking to MIDI channel 3 on this track. And now I can fade out the original synth sounds. So all we're hearing are all the synths are on the move, just drums from the tracks. I guess added bonus, I can apply the effects on the tracks to the audio ins. Take them back off, but yeah, it just works. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully this inspires somebody to have a play and dig out your tracks, hook it up to your move, and see what magic you can create. Yeah, thanks for watching.